Welcome to Living Magically. I'm your host, Magical Michelle, and this is a very special and wonderful week because we're actually celebrating the Lunar New Year. And what does that mean? It used to be called the Chinese New Year, but really it is through all of the cultures that celebrate based on the lunar cycle that this is the real energy of the new year. And for me, this is one of the places where I actually start feeling like the new year is upon us and the new energies. And we shift from leaving the dragon energy and move into the snake energy. And it's the year of the wood snake. And of course, that means we're shedding our skins and we're transforming. And that combined with the energy of the nine, which is an end cycle, a completion, which is the numerology of this year, we really do know that there's a lot of transformation in the situation. And throw together all the things that are going to be happening this year that are very special astrologically. It's kind of intense. I can't deny. And I feel like I should tell you to put your seatbelts on because it's not going to really slow down or be anything but speeding up. I do want to say that that is good and bad because sometimes it feels like, how do I take a breath in all of this? And my answer is the more the world speeds up, the more we should internally slow down. And as we're coming off this planetary alignment that just happened over the weekend, it doesn't just go away. All these planets were in alignment over the weekend. What that means is in our body, are we feeling aligned? Are we connecting to what is true and authentic for us? And I do mean go above the fear, because of course they want fear to take over and they want to put out a bunch of noise so you're not centered. And what it's going to take right now for my spiritual warriors is to really come into our heart center. I'm surrounding myself with everything heart as it's coming into the Valentine's Day energy, as it's coming into self-love energy. What do I have to do to remind myself that it all comes back to the heart and it all comes back down to connecting with love and the divinity of love? And radical choice, starting from the place of self-love, self-appreciation, and self-actualization. So as we are moving into this new year, it is a great time to be magically producing a vision. And I know sometimes it's hard to get the vision clear when there's so much noise. And so sit with that. Sit with the noise. Sit with what has to be released. We're going to be asked more than we have ever been to go deep, to go really, really deep. And I was just talking about this in my intuitive anatomy class because I'm on week 3 of teaching the big deep dive in theta healing called intuitive anatomy. And we were talking today about skin. And I was like, oh, how perfect is that? We're going to be shedding a lot of layers this year. We're going to have to look at, as a snake begins to grow, it has to shed its old identity. And it also has to shed its old emotions. Are we shedding our fear? Are we shedding our old way of being? Are we shedding our old paradigms? And are we ready to grow in ways that make it uncomfortable? It's sometimes very uncomfortable to grow. And yet that is what's being called of us. wood is the element, like a tree, that is coming from the earth and growing toward the sky. It is the energy of Kundalini. So as we see this, I feel like there's going to be a lot of Kundalini work in 2025 as we start feeling that serpent energy unraveling in the base of our spine, as we start trying to bring creative life force energy into our blood, into our bones, into our, more than just our chakras, but all the way to our fingers and our toes. I really encourage you to be doing chakra work and doing breath work and doing the shadow side. I use theta healing so that my shadow side can be deep and yet not as painful as some other forms of healing, because we get to the point and we get to the bottom, and then we expand to new beliefs and new visions. I also use magic to do that. It is a perfect week to be doing a vision board. And it is a perfect week to be aligning with your sights on long-term visions, even 19 years out. This new energy is 19 years in the making. So you could go back 19 years. What are you ready to release from the last 19 years? And you can go forward 19 years to what is it you're trying to create. It's a perfect week to be doing a house cleansing. Spring cleaning came from exactly this time of year. It's all kind of uniting at the same time. We have over the weekend what we do in the Celtic spirituality, the Imbolc or Candlemas. And it is when we see the longest part of winter where we've passed the point of halfway between the longest night and the spring equinox. So we start actually seeing progress. And that happens on the second into the first. I'm sorry, the first into the second. So the Celtic lands would have celebrated at sundown on February 1st into sundown on the second. And so we see that all aligning with this new moon, and we see a really grand new beginning. We see this opportunity to set yourself up and activate something new for you, and activate that growth, and light it all up and be illuminated in what is the next best step. What is your action step? What is your vision? What is your clarity? What is your choice? And that's all happening all kind of at the same time with the 2-2 that's happening on Sunday. So of course, you know me, I'm going to pick that day to do an activation. So if this is something that's calling to you, I am going to be doing an activation online. I've really noticed that what we need right now is community, and to be working together instead of separately, as we're in this world where division is one of the ploys that is happening to conquer and divide us. My heart-centered mission right now is to bring us together and to reconnect us with our heart, our vision, and our momentum. And we can do that together in community. So I've made sure that going forward, we have at least one online offering every month and one in-person offering. So my next week, we'll be doing February 10th, we'll be doing an in-person offering of a self-love oil temple. So that's for those of you who need a local in-person Orlando experience. But I also want to make sure that no matter where you are, you can connect with community. And we're doing that on Sunday on the 2nd. So lots of opportunity. And it doesn't matter if it's me. If I feel that it's really important right now to connect with your community, to find those that are familiar to you, that, and it might be time for a new community. but one way or the other, getting our house in order. It's a perfect time for that spring cleaning of your house. Sage, I'm doing a house blessing tonight for someone. And so that would require, it's spring-ish here. It's kind of cold still in Florida, but we're starting to sow seeds and plant seeds. So we've got flower petals, roses, and seeds to go around the house outside. And then we have sage and blessing bowls and things to go inside the house, and new intentions to be set, and anchoring in that time of releasing the old and blessing the new. And if there's something that you're worried about, something that's weighing on your heart, get really deep into your gratitude. Get really deep into your hopes, dreams, and plans rather than to be in your fear and concern. Reword it to, I'm so grateful that this is worked itself out. There's a wonderful wording, that's one of my favorite, which is, my road is open, my path is clear, my obstacles are removed, and everything's going my way. Everything's always working out for me. And that's a perfect mantra or spell work to be doing right now. And I'm going to obviously be doing that with some candle magic and a crystal grid this weekend, as I will be lighting up all of the things that I want to be illuminated right now. I'm also taking extra care of myself, extra care of my body, extra care of my time, space, and energy, because I know with the dark of the moon, with it still being long nights and short days, there is an energy drain. And you might feel that all the way into Wednesday and Thursday, because even though the new moon is Wednesday, Thursday is the first full day of the new moon energy. And so when you see these holiday celebrations, it'll go through this Lunar New Year celebration. They celebrate the first full day of the new moon. So that's Thursday, and is ruled by Jupiter, which is all about success and aligning with it. So align with your vision, align with your future. And of course, write it all out and speak it into being Wednesday night, Thursday. And really it's clear sailing all through the weekend for this. And again, I say that it's a perfect time for planting seeds of new growth all the way through even Sunday and Monday. Really, it's just a peak potency for manifestation, clarity work, magic, and for aligning with joy. What brings you joy? What brings you happiness? What brings you love? And do more of that. What helps you reconnect and align with your passion, your purpose, your childlike wonder, your soul? And this is the time. And it's just so sweet if we can move past the bitterness that may be around. And maybe, and I realize you're watching this or listening to this on social media, but maybe move past the social media a little bit and get back to the rituals and practices. And I'm really, really clear that rituals and practices that help align you to yourself and align you to the life that you are wanting to lead, and to the timeline that is the highest timeline for yourself and for planet Earth. This is going to bring you a more open heart and a higher frequency, and help all of us as we move into this deeper Aquarian energy. So it is the new moon in Aquarius, and that's all about new thought and new beginnings and new choice. And you get to choose. The only thing you can ever do is choose your emotions and choose your feelings. So choose to bring a light to it, and a gratitude to it, and a hope to it, and a blessing to everything. And that's gonna serve you so much deeper. If you're having a hard time right now, I am more than happy to get on a call and see if maybe a coaching package or a few sessions can be helpful to you, because I do know that we can't do this alone. We're a beautiful tribe, and if our high vibe tribe aligns together to our magic, we can do miracles. And I just want you to hold on to, we are making miracles together. And remember, I love you. I love you so much. And remember to share that love, spread it around, spread love and kindness everywhere you're going. It's in the air to need it. And we're getting into that Valentine's Day energy that's going to start coming through. And to me, it spread love and kindness around as if it were glitter. Get it everywhere so far that you can't get it out from underneath your skin. It's everywhere. That people just, it's so infectious. Kindness is contagious. Love is contagious. I realize so is hate and discontinuity and all the yucky things, but so is kindness and love. So let's spread that love around so thick that it becomes the balm that soothes the soul. It really is a powerful tool right now. So self-love and kindness and sharing that vision in the world. I love you. Live magically.